Hello everyone, FedEx Gaming here, and welcome back to another Redstone tutorial. In this video, I'll be showing you how to build a simple 2-wide hidden staircase. Now, I've done many of these in the past. Well, I think 2, not many, but I've done 2 in the past. But this one, guys, is so much more easier to build than the other ones. It is ridiculous. So if I click this button right here, the secret staircase will open up into our base. So all we do is come down here, and we could do whatever you'd like down here. I just have a room with a bunch of sea lanterns all over the place. And I never noticed this because I haven't really used the sea lanterns too much, but they kind of have a nice little motion going to them. See that? That's actually pretty sweet. So when we click the button again, it will close up the door behind us, and it doesn't look too bad. You can't see too much of the redstone. And then when we flip the button again, once again, it will open it up. And now we can go ahead and leave our secret base. And then just like at the bottom, if we click the button up here once again, it will close it up like nothing's there. And if a few of you have noticed, a few days ago, I built a hidden armory, and it's pretty much the exact same thing. I was actually going to do this video on the day that I made the armory, but I did have a family emergency. But you know what? I'm not going to get into that whole family emergency thing. I already said it all on Twitter. But let's go ahead and look at the redstone for this thing. Now, this is with the button. We're not going to look at the one with the button just yet. This is all the redstone right here, guys. This is the entire staircase. All it is 6 sticky pistons, 2 repeaters, 13 redstone dust, and a lever. So if I flip this down right here, as you can see, the staircase opens up. And if I flip down the lever, it hides everything. And now here is with the add-ons right here. This is with the buttons. So if I click the button up here, it will close the staircase. And if I click the button again, it will open up. And then what I did was I added a few sticky pistons right here, so it hides all the redstone. Because over here is what it looks like when it is closed, and you can see all this redstone mess under here, and it just doesn't look good. So I decided to add in 2 sticky pistons right here, so when the door closes, it hides everything. So you can't see any of that sticky piston mess under there. But let's go ahead and start building this thing. All right, guys, for this build, you're going to need a 6x4 spacing, and you're also going to have to dig down 5. Now, the gold blocks is where our add-on is going to be going. That's for our buttons and also the area to hide all the redstone. The resources we are going to need for this build are 6 sticky pistons, 2 redstone repeaters, 13 redstone dust, 4 slime blocks, 5 immovable objects, and a lever. Now, if you're going to be doing the add-on for the buttons and everything, you're also going to need an extra 2 sticky pistons, 3 droppers, 1 hopper, 1 redstone comparator, 1 more redstone repeater, 11 more redstone dust, 2 buttons, and a stone slab, or well, any slab you really want. All right, guys, so once you've gotten your 6x4 spacing, and you've also gotten all your resources, come to the bottom left-hand corner, and we're gonna start off by counting over 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, and then count up 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3. Place 2 sticky pistons like that. Then on the left one, we're gonna place a block right next to it, and then going into this block, we're gonna place a repeater going right into it on 2 ticks delay. Next up, place 2 blocks behind your repeater, so 1, 2. Place redstone on top of both of these blocks, and then going into the redstone, we're going to take out our removable object. I'm going to be using furnaces. You can also use obsidian and place a furnace right off that redstone, just like so. Next up, take out some slime blocks, and we're going to go ahead and test out our double piston extension by placing 2 slime blocks on top of these sticky pistons, and then send power going to any part of this redstone. So if I place a lever right here and flip down the lever, as you can see, it will double piston extend up. And then when I flip up the lever, it will retract. I was going to say double piston extend down, but it will retract. And that is it, guys. That is the most simple double piston extension you could possibly make. And then we're going to come over here to this side and place in 2 more slime blocks. Go ahead and take out your blocks of choice. You will be able to see these blocks, and place 2 blocks underneath your slime blocks, and then 4 blocks right above your slime blocks. So you will be able to see this box. These will be the top of your staircase. So I'm going to be using smooth sandstone. So when I flip down my lever, it is completely flush to the floor. So now that we know our double piston extension is working, go ahead and flip up your lever to make sure it is retracted down. And then right next to these blocks, we're going to place 2 more sticky pistons in facing upwards, and then place 2 more blocks of choice on top of them. And if you notice, this is exactly what the armory looks like. This is pretty much the exact same thing as the armory that I did the other day. Next up, we're going to come out 3 blocks from this one right here. So 1, 2, 3. Place 2 pieces of redstone off the first 2. 1, 2. And then coming out of this redstone, we're going to place a repeater going this way and set it to 4 ticks delay. Then in front of this 4 tick delay repeater, place in a block right in front of it just like that. Go ahead and break the block underneath here. We're going to need this spot for the add-on, so make sure you break that block. And then place blocks coming from this sticky piston all the way over to this block. So 1, 2, and 3, and then place redstone right along all of these blocks. Next up, we're going to move our lever, so break your lever and place it right up here, and that should be the whole entire extension and the whole entire retraction. So click the button. It is now completely flush to your floor and hidden, and then when we flip up the lever, it will retract all the blocks. So now all we have to do is add in the sticky pistons for the side to retract these blocks, so we have a nice staircase going down into our secret area. Now, if you did put this into the ground, it'll be a lot easier for you, but we're going to have to come out at least 3 blocks from these ones. So 1, 2, 3. Break these 2 blocks, and and then place a sticky piston facing towards the block. We can break that when it's not needed, and do the same thing on this side as well. So come out 3 blocks, 1, 2, 3, break these 2, and then place a sticky piston facing inwards towards those blocks. Now all we have to do is send power from any part of this redstone dust to both of those sticky pistons. So just come out 2 blocks from this one, 1, 2, and then we're going to come out, I believe, 3 from this one, 1, 2, 3, and then go in 1, and then place redstone along all these blocks. So just place redstone right along every single one of these blocks, and that is it, guys. You are completely done. So when we flip down the lever, it closes, and then when we flip up the lever, it completely opens up, and now you can see we have a nice little staircase going all the way down. So now what I want you to do is just add in 2 more blocks right here, because this is going to be the floor of your little secret area. This is going to be the floor. And now we're going to go ahead and start on the add-on. So once you have your floor down packed and you know exactly where your secret base is, we're going to come back over here, flip down our lever to make sure everything is closed. I just wanted to make sure you knew where your floor was right here, because as you can see right here, we can see all this redstone and it just looks nasty. So what we're going to do is dig down 2 blocks from here. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and then place in 2 sticky pistons with 2 blocks of choice on top of them, just like that. Then we're going to come to the inside and break these 2 blocks right here, 1, 2. So we should be able to see the right hand sticky piston. We should be able to see this one. And we're going to place redstone along all these blocks. So 1, 2, and then 3, just like that. And now we're going to place redstone coming from where this 4-tick delay repeater. Remember, I told you to break this block underneath here. Just bring the redstone from here and hook it right into that one. And now as you can see, now it hides all of that redstone down there, so we no longer have to see it. So this is our floor, and we can no longer see any of that ugly mess of a redstone. So now when I flip down the lever, boom, it will open up, and I can come right down into my secret base. Now we're going to go ahead and add in the T flip-flop, so we no longer have to use a lever, and we can go ahead and use buttons. So come over here and flip up your lever. Make sure your door is completely open, or I should say our staircase is completely open. It's not really a door. So as long as you follow along, you should be absolutely fine, but this T flip-flop is a little bit of an annoyance to do. So right underneath this sticky piston right here facing towards the slime block, we're going to face a dropper. Make sure it is a dropper, not a dispenser. It should have like a happy mouth on it. It shouldn't be like a surprise mouth. It should be looking like a smile, I guess. And then what we're going to do is place another dropper facing upwards towards this slime block. And then right underneath the sticky piston, we're going to break a block down here and face a dropper downwards into this one. So this dropper is going into this dropper. This dropper is going into this dropper. Next up, go ahead and take out your hopper and go into sneak mode, so crouch mode, and place a hopper going into the side of the dropper that is underneath the sticky piston. So just a recap, guys. This dropper is going into this dropper. This dropper is going into this dropper. And this dropper is going into this hopper, creating an infinite cycle of, well, an item is going to be going in here. So an infinite cycle around every dropper and hopper going like that. Next up, inside of any one of these droppers, it really doesn't matter. We're going to place in a piece of redstone. So go right here and just place 1 piece of redstone in here, or you can use whatever item you really want to, but I'm going to be using redstone for mine. And then we're going to swing over here to this side, and we're going to add in our comparator and everything so it actually works. So we're going to place 3 blocks right here, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to place a block up just like that. And then coming out of our dropper right here, we're going to take out our comparator and place a comparator going towards that block. As you can see, it's facing towards the block. Take out a repeater and place our repeater facing towards that block as well. Next up, we're going to break the block up here with the redstone on. So break these blocks right here and place a piece of redstone on top of this block. And then last but not least, we're going to have to break this redstone and block right here. Next up, go ahead and take out your slab and place it upside down with another piece of redstone on top of it. And that's our entire T flip-flop. So now any power going to this dropper right here, this bottom left-hand dropper, will activate your staircase. So if I go ahead and go into sneak mode and just place a button right off the dropper and click it, as you can see, our staircase will close up. And if I click the button again, their staircase will open up. So any power going to this dropper right here will activate the door. So let's go ahead and place in our button. So if I place a piece of redstone right here next to the dropper, because like I said, any power going to this dropper will activate the door, and then come up a block and place another piece of redstone dust here, and then place a block of choice off of it. So I'm going to be using smooth sandstone. Just place a block of choice off of that redstone, and then place a button off of it right here. If I click the button, it will close it. Click the button again, it will open up. So now I want a top button for the top area. So we're just going to come up a block like this, up another block, and then all we have to do is just come over a block right here and place redstone on top of all of this. Place a block of choice on top of it with a button up here. So if I click the button up here now, it will close it. And as you can see, it's flush to the floor. Click it again, and it will open up. And there you guys have it. You are completely done. So now what I want you to do is just close it up right now, because now we're going to clean up the area. So this entire area right here should be your floor. So you shouldn't have to fill in too much unless you built it like me above the ground, which doesn't really make too much sense. But I know a lot of people just like to build redstone for fun. So we're going to go ahead and just add in all these blocks so we can hide all of our redstone like that. So now go ahead and just click your button and open up your staircase. And then we're going to come to the inside like this, and then go ahead and click your button again to close it up. Because now what I want you to do is take out your immovable objects and place immovable objects right next to your slime blocks. This is so they don't accidentally get stuck to any blocks and break your build. So we're going to place 2 furnaces right here, 1, 2, and do the same thing on this side as well. 1, 2. You can also use obsidian if you don't want to look at furnaces. So when I click the button right here, it won't get attached to any of these blocks, and it will completely hide all the redstone on the inside. Next up, we're going to take out our blocks of choice once again. So we'll go ahead and take out our blocks of choice and then fill in this entire area as well, so we don't have to see any of the pistons. And we're going to fill in this area as well. So go ahead and take out your blocks and just fill up just like that and like that. There we go. And if you did this underground, you shouldn't have to fill in too much like I had to fill in. Also, I forgot to mention at the beginning, if you don't want to see any of the redstone down here, because as you can see, we can see all that, ugly redstone, you can get some extra removable objects such as furnaces or obsidian, and just place furnaces and obsidian right around all these slime blocks. So now from the inside, we don't see any of that redstone down there, and it looks nice. So if I click the button right over here, it will open up the staircase. We can go ahead and jump on out of our secret base. And then up here, if we click the button, it will close up our staircase. And there you guys have it. That is how you build a simple 2-wide hidden staircase. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Stay tuned with my newest videos. All right, guys. Ooh. Boop. Peace.